What's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome to MGTV. This is Let's Talk United. Listen, if you haven't already, please subscribe, please put post notifications on, and please leave a like on the video. We're going to be talking about how this club that I support, Manchester United, is a serious, serious mess. And I feel like people pick and choose when they want to give Ten Hag credit. Listen, I understand he hasn't been the perfect manager, but what manager is perfect? You might have some managers that are more near perfect than others, but come on. We can talk about the Peps, we could talk about the Klopps, we could talk about Simon Jordan saying Ten Hag is not elite. Okay, what club like the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, what club deals with the most drama like this? You guys tell me now. Maybe I'm biased because I support Manchester United and because I'm directly connected to the club, and in terms of like I support the club and I watch them game in, game out, and I'm more on board with everything that's happening. I'm maybe not too aware of what's happening at other clubs. But come on. And big up Alice Talks Footy. She put out a tweet a few days ago and I loved it. It was perfect. And I'm going to read this out to set the context of this video that I'm doing right now. Yeah, big up Alice Talks Footy as well. I've seen some of her match reactions and stuff. Yeah, big her up. Cool. So I'm going to bring it up here right now. So this says, in the last 3 years at Man United, yeah. Let me just make sure that you guys can read this loud and clear. You guys can read it clearly. I said loud and clear. Let me make sure that it's big enough for you guys to read. Okay. So in the last 3 years at Man United, 3 women now accusing Anthony of assault and one set to do a TV interview on it. Sancho's statement saying he's being scapegoated. The whole Greenwood situation and how awfully Richard Arnold handled it. Takeover being dragged on, creating job uncertainty for employees, and now staff turning on Glazers and leaking stories. Ronaldo goes on Piers Morgan, disrespecting Erik Ten Hag, then goes in on how bad the club is run and the owners. Bailey, Eric Bailey comes out and says the club favour British players. Bailey likes comments slamming Maguire and teammates. Lingard falls out with club over not getting loan moves, so they give him a holiday. Lingard/Martial go on social media to call Ragnick a liar. Ragnick calls out club, basically says half the squad have the wrong attitude and the board have no clue. Said we need open heart surgery. Rojo calls up Maguire and has big bust up with Ollie for playing Maguire over him. Multiple dressing room/team leaks. Martial interview slamming Ole and Jose. Tried to sign Arnautovic. Fan outrage over racist comments. Stop this. Luke Shaw came out and admitted a lot of Man United players weren't 100% committed in the 21-22 season. Lingard told Scholes dressing room was a mess. Maguire, Greece situation. Plus, the whole Super League debacle that the Glazers and Woodward were the ringleaders behind. No other top, and I think it's meant to say club, has had this much drama. A lot of these is a result of the Glazers running the club like a circus, constantly keeping unhappy players so they don't have to spend money on replacements, among more. Hashtag Glazers out. Look at them. Look at them. So people, tell me now, like, Literally, tell me now. Let me make um myself bigger, not like that. Let's try this one. Well, that's the one I had. All right, we keep it. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. People, tell me now, what club that you know has gone through all of this nonsense? Klopp, Pep, yes, clubs go through drama, but to this level of drama, listen, tell me now if I'm wrong. Leave a comment down below. And I want to be going live later on because I want to talk to the rival fans and I want to talk to the fellow United fans about this. Ten Hag got us to third and we won, as quote unquote people say, the Mickey Mouse Cup, the Carabao Cup. People say, oh, the league wasn't that good, or Liverpool and Chelsea dropped off, whatever. Um, it was an easier league, basically. Ten Hag still had to win those games. It's similar to what Arsenal fans say about Man City. Oh, but we lost to Man City. No, you guys let yourselves go towards the end because you guys were ahead and beating Man City. Yeah, you can say, okay, the pressure of Man City maybe scared us because they were right behind us, but they weren't right behind you. All you guys had to do was beat the teams in front of you. But whether people say it's mentality or people say, whatever, injuries, whatever, I just think that it's in your hands, you know. And this is similar to the situation at Manchester United. Everything that happens, the owners have a way of dealing with it. And I'll take the Greenwood situation, for example. The whole loan situation, the statements, all of that stuff. The stuff that they know behind closed doors that they're not telling us. Like, then you've got other situations about the club covering up certain things and whatever. I don't want to go into the ins and outs, but it's all mess. Edu and Arteta are not dealing with this kind of mess. I see Arsenal fans always talking about, oh, but look at Aubameyang and all of that. It's not the same. Chelsea want to talk about Lukaku. Probably an aspect of that. Cool, I understand. And same way with the Arsenal thing, I understand to a degree. But that's one layer. Look how many layers that Ten Hag has had to deal with. Come on, people. Let's be realistic. Let's keep it real. And he's still got third place. He's still got the best out of players like Rashford, like Wan-Bissaka, like Luke Shaw. You know, he got Dallo playing better as well. He got Varane's fitness a lot better than it used to be. Less injuries compared to what he used to have in his previous years. Cool, you can say people like Martial fell off a cliff, and you can say people like Anthony haven't really been, ticking all the boxes. He brought through people like Garnacho systematically. We wanted him a long time ago. Ten Hag said, wait, let me fix his attitude first. Palestri is coming through. Kobe Mainoo is coming through. This is all Ten Hag. Let's stop taking the bad bits and forgetting the good stuff he's done. We need to stop it right now. Ten Hag has done a lot. With all of this underlying under the carpet, Ronaldo going on Piers Morgan. Tell me what club is dealing with a player going on one of the biggest platforms, interview platforms in the world. Tell me. Ronaldo is one of the biggest players, if not the biggest player in the world, in terms of his coverage and his following and everything. I think he's got the most followers on Instagram. And you combine that with Piers Morgan, one of the biggest interview platforms. Ten Hag has had to deal with that. So while he's coaching the players on the pitch, and most of them are not good enough anyway, he's got Ronaldo going on Piers Morgan. He's got Greenwood getting accused of things. footage getting leaked out and all of that. It was horrific. And that's another thing Ten Hag has to deal with. Now, Sancho and him going back and forth. Yes, you can say maybe he shouldn't have said nothing. I agree. It's still drama. Maybe he's losing it right now. You've got the whole ownership. You got the whole ownership situation. Are the owners going? Are they staying? What's happening? What manager do you know has had to deal with all of this stuff? And then on top of that, Manchester United being, if not the biggest club in the UK, the biggest club in England, the UK, one of the biggest clubs in the world, one of the biggest clubs in the world, dealing with issues with one of the biggest players in the world, going on one of the biggest platforms in the world. Then you got this takeover situation, all the rumors, all the news. Then you have to deal with all the mindset and the mentality of the players. Come on now, rate Ten Hag. Come on. Because we can all sit here and say, oh, but if Pep was doing it, it's all hypotheticals. Let's talk about what is happening now. Let's talk about the proof in the pudding. Ten Hag has dealt with this and got us third and got us a trophy. So, please give context when you're talking and please be mindful when you're criticizing. It's easy to say, oh, Klopp would have. Klopp and FSG, Man City and their ownership, they are way more connected. Yes, you have Liverpool fans saying Klopp don't, our own FSG don't spend money and all of this and all of that. Look at the midfielders they bought. Our club don't even buy players properly. We overspend. We're poor at negotiations. We take too long. We can't even get rid of players. We've got players stuck. Maguire, McTominay, Van der Beek, stuck at the club. Jesse Lingard was stuck at the club. So please, when you guys are talking about my manager, their first season, based on the circumstances, is excellent. I don't want to hear, oh, but the money spent. Where's the context? A lot of players were overpaid. So that gives us more pressure. It's like me buying something for 30 mil. I buy something for worth 30 mil and I buy it for 90. And I tell you, I promise you, this is worth it. But now, because I've spent 90 mil on it, there's more tension on it. Anthony is not an 80 million player. And at this point, he's looking like a flop. I'll be real. I defend him. But until he sorts out his decision making and gets on the ball, it's looking a bit bleak for him. Other than that, all these other signings I've did quite decent. So I'm tired of people just chatting crap, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it because I know Ten Hag's done a fabulous job. He's not perfect. He doesn't always get his decisions in game right. But don't forget the times he's got them spot on. We were top for the amount of subs that have scored goals. That's his in-game management from Ten Hag. So don't forget all of these things and now turn around and say, oh, 4 games in, I'm questioning his in-game management. Yes, we can criticize it, but don't use that to judge him altogether and act like he didn't smash it last season. And to kind of his, like, to kind of go against him, he overachieved. And that's why there's a lot of pressure on him to achieve again. Fair enough, I understand that. But don't go around and start saying, oh, Ten Hag's looking shaky. Ten Hag was a fluke. He did all of this while we had the biggest player on the biggest platform, Ronaldo and Piers Morgan interviews. Takeovers getting dragged. Greenwood, Sancho. Women now accusing Anthony. Maguire not leaving. Come on, people. What general manager right now, let's look at all the teams in the Premier League. What manager is going through all of this stuff? On top of the fact he's still trying to teach his system and on top of the fact that the players are not all that good anyway. Tell me. Surely not Manchester City, surely not Arsenal, surely not Chelsea. Chelsea have their issues, but they still have a board that's backing the manager, buying him anyone he wants. You ain't got no one doing no interviews. You ain't got no one being accused of anything right now. Yes, clubs have had accusations. We could talk about Mendy, etc. But come on, in 1 year, your first year in the Premier League, you're just adjusting from going from the Eredivisie to the Premier League. You're now managing one of the biggest clubs in the world. You're still understanding stuff, and you've got all of this to deal with, and people want to cuss, people want to criticize my gaffer and talk like he ain't done bits. Second year is crucial for Ten Hag, and I understand he's got a lot to prove, but give him some time. Look at what he's dealing with. We've now got this Anthony situation. Anthony's done an interview. Apparently, the female's going to do an interview. Sancho issue. Greenwood's on loan. He's still part of our club. We don't know what's happening with our takeover. We're getting leaks from employees not being happy with the Glazers. Come on, people, man. So when you are talking about Ten Hag, please don't forget all the stuff he's had to deal with that the average manager does not have to deal with. Please. And like I said, he's not perfect. He's not perfect. He's made mistakes. He hasn't got everything correct. But when he does make mistakes and when he does bad in-game management or bad team selection, don't let that rob out all his goods. And now you start saying, no, I don't think he's made up for it. Can your manager deal with all this drama? Everyone talks about the Zerbi. He's managing Little Brighton. Little Brighton. When they get smashed 5, it doesn't mean nothing. Whereas Man United 7-0, I still hear it a year later. Come on. Or whatever, another whole season later, we're still talking about 7-0, 7-0 this. Manchester United is a big club and there's a lot of pressure. De Zerbi would not be able to handle this. Actually, let me not say that because you never know. But at least we can all say the pressure on De Zerbi is nowhere near the pressure on Ten Hag. And that is going to affect decisions that the manager makes. That's going to affect morale and stuff. No matter how good you are, the pressures of your environment can affect you. We've seen it happen to the best footballers. Unless you have an elite mentality like Ronaldo, and even Ronaldo's made mistakes. Ronaldo was so flawless up to this point. Then he started doing interviews. You thought, wow, Ronaldo doing an interview. So come on, people, man. When we're talking about this club, let's talk sense. And when we're criticizing Ten Hag, let's not twist the narrative and twist the context of what's happening. He's done really well. And I hope he can carry it on. And I hope second season he does even better. And I'm not saying that just because he's done well first season he's automatically going to do well the second season. I'm just saying it's 4 or 5 games in, 4 games in. Let's chill with how far we go when we say things, because people are reactionary, too reactionary, and it kind of undermines everything he's done. It undermines everything Ten Hag's done on top of the fact he's done it under these circumstances. So cut him some slack, man. I don't want to hear this, man. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear. I want to have a conversation with you guys. If you haven't already, like the video, please, as well. Subscribe, put post notifications on, and let me know what you think. And as always, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's your boy Rhino, and I'm out. Peace.
Hey, I swear firms and rents pattern this.